Hi guys, welcome back to the spot. It's time now for a spot of music, right?
Yes, it is time for a spot of music.
Okay, so we have Start Again by Falana.
That we don't know that we are missing to all the lies that we have ever sold ourselves, to the love that we let go and now regret it, to the life we could have had but never chased. Take a breath, let it out.
I'm trying to remember the first time that I think we saw her. Well, we saw her perform at the first time in
Villa
the music
Medici was a music lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all fell in love, really.
Yeah.
I remember how excited like Lamide was. She literally like tweeted, and then we got like the CD.
Yeah, I
and
want to
stuff.
see. I was excited about that. I like this stuff.
Yeah, she's a different kind of artist,
Very
but it's
different
still
sound.
it's feel good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Saturday mornings when you're maybe like cleaning and you've got the music
Doing
playing in
stuff
the
right-
background,
yeah.
and it's just
It just goes
you even
with you.
forget like what's happening. You're
Yeah,
just
you
in a
just
good
go.
space, and that's what Erica Badu does for me. That's what Jill Scott,
okay.
Lauryn Hill. Like it's just house music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Only
like
way I
it.
can describe it.
It's all good. I like this video because I think, well, first of all, it was directed by Film Boy, who we've had on ages ago. Yeah, we had him on ages ago. I want to find out, like, it was interesting. They started off in a tailor shop. I was like, what's happening? You're sewing some trousers, and then you see that she's wearing the trousers and she's going about her day, just doing like regular everyday things, sort of like, and then, you know, then she's performing in like the different spots, like on the road, and
That's not
I
really
don't know how that was like
everyday,
shooting
though.
that. Well, no, I mean like everyday things are happening, and then she's
yeah,
like right there. And so I kind of want to ask, like, how was it when you were recording?
And people are just
And people were just like,
standing and
what's
watching
happening?
like,
Did people like did it affect filming? People were like, what's this one doing here? You
That's
know,
not him at the back.
Yeah, that
that's
is
he.
him,
That's the
yeah.
director at the background. Yeah. And,
I like the aesthetics generally. Like it's just like very raw.
yeah.
Look at the chair. The mirror she was using was broken.
Yeah.
The street is just
It's
you know.
the street. Yeah, it's like
and the streets
It's
are
Lagos,
watching.
man.
Yeah.
yeah. Like this lady is going to go and fetch water. She's like, "Hey, one shame. I'm just trying to get water." You know, like whatever.
I love it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a really good video. It's a very different style.
Yeah.
Song, video, personality, just generally her art form.
Yeah.
Generally is very different.
And it's great to see like just how when we first met her, where she was at and where she's at now.
Yeah. She's evolved most
So,
definitely.
Great
Looking forward to seeing where else she's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, I know where she's gonna go.
You know where she's gonna go?
Where's she
You
going?
do.
I feel like it might be
in this area, definitely.
somewhere around.
Somewhere
Yeah.
around here, yes. So yes, it is time for our guests to come in. And if you haven't caught all the clues we've been
I wonder.
throwing, we're welcoming into the house today the lovely, talented Falana. Singer, musician, all of that good stuff. Welcome, welcome.
You've not started.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Hi.
You're welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome.
You can sit
You
here.
can sit here.
Come here.
right there.
Don't be far.
I always I
She'll
get
move.
bounced.
You're moving for me.
Yeah.
We don't want her here anyways.
Why are you
I'm
so
so nice
rude?
now.
She is not nice.
What?
How are you doing?
Anyway.
I'm well. How are
Yeah.
you guys?
Good.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
For having
Does your hairstyle have a name? I know that's
Yeah.
that's from like left.
the Falana.
Like the because that is
Like, let's
that,
just call
that's
it
what
that.
I know you do.
Yeah, you know what's
Yeah.
funny? I kind of stumbled on this hairstyle one day in my room. I used to pin it up, and then one day my hair was breaking, and like I'm very practical in my life, so
Okay.
nothing is like, how can I have swag? It's like, what makes sense?
Okay.
So, so I don't know. I kind of just, you know, how we stumble across things that feel natural to us. And this
Great
somehow felt natural to me. So I think I should call it that.
It's very nice. I like
Thank
it.
you.
You better trademark it now. You don't know. No, it's true. In this
our
life,
uni.
man.
Yeah.
These
Tomorrow
days,
they'll be
everything makes
calling the
money.
I know, very true.
Yeah.
So yes,
Very
so
important.
we were watching the Start Again video, and I was like, let me even ask, when
That's
you were
also a
filming that, how many interruptions did you have to deal with? Or were people kind of like, okay, let's leave them alone while they do the weird thing
So-
here in the middle?
People were definitely watching, but they actually became a part
Okay.
of the shoot.
Yeah.
You know, you saw the people I was dancing. People were standing there. They were
Yeah.
actually genuinely watching. There's this one girl. She was just watching me, and then she learned the lyrics. I was like, babe, come. So we're dancing. Then one lady's walking by. She has wood on her head. She's passing by. So I was like making sure that was all impromptu in the street. You know.
Cool.
Where did you shoot it?
Okay, I have to ask. Yeah, I mean, I can't even remember where.
Exactly.
I don't remember where. I know it's on the mainland.
Was it just in one day?
No, we did it in one day, but we jumped around in locations. So we went to a random tailor shop randomly. Then we went to a random rooftop. Like, you know, it wasn't far away. We weren't jumping around too much, but I'm trying to remember where we shot. I don't actually remember.
Yeah. So what kind of music do you do? Or will you say you do? I know you probably answered this question a lot, but I think it's very important most times for artists, for people to know.
Yeah, especially when you're selling music, people want to know where to put you.
Yeah.
I don't genuinely put myself in one category because I know my influences are so diverse.
Right, yeah.
Like when you saw me at TML, I was playing a drum. Like there's a lot of rhythm in my music. Yeah. So to say, like, when people say, oh, you're a soul musician, soul generally is more smooth, but I'm a little bit more rough around the edges. So I wouldn't say it's a mix of that rhythm and like, so people say Afrobeat-ish type things with my rhythm. Soul elements.
How about you just name your own thing?
Jazz. I call it like it's a fusion of sounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? And that for me is, you know, it's humbling because people are like, I don't know where to really
Put you.
place you. Yeah. And that means you are I myself.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing for any artist to achieve, to genuinely have their own sound. Like, this guy sounds like so-and-so. This person sounds like, having your own sound is so powerful.
Have you struggled with being in Nigeria and the type of music that we listen to here? Do you find it hard to resist the pressure to convert to the sound that we are used to, so the Nigerian sound?
The first thing I say when people tell me that is when Adele released her album, she had a billboard, her face was on a billboard at Lucky Roundabout, the first roundabout. Everybody was walking around in the market singing hello.
Yeah.
Everyone did you know what I mean?
Their
so that
own version.
would imply that Nigerians have taste that expands outside the typical types of rhythms that generally are popular.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I always say. I also think that we're in a very interesting time where a lot of artists who are doing music outside of, you know,
The
typical music, what they call pop music,
Yeah.
are getting a lot of exposure, you know? So I in terms of like me being pressured, I'm very comfortable being myself. I find the more authentic you are to yourself, the easier it is to just live your life. Because keeping up a facade is challenging.
Yeah.
So in that sense, but I'm very enthusiastic to see the changes in what's happening. Like I can name so many artists. We can go off like Adekunle Gold released Gold recently. Like sounds that are not that are still popular. So we had this debate the other day: pop music as a sound or pop music as popular music.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not necessarily a sound.
It's just what people are liking at the moment.
And Nigeria, there's so many of us here. Like there's so much diversity in general. So why can't the music also have the same diversity?
Excellent question. Well, we're going to go on our first, well, no, not our first break. We're going to go on a break. When we come back, we're going to be getting into today's topic and much more with the lovely Falana in the house. Please stay with us.
Welcome back, guys. You're still watching the sports. We have the amazing Falana in the house, talking about her career, her path, and her work generally. I guess we'll come back to you at some point later on the show, talking about your music and all that. But I want to talk about our topic of the day now. Today we're talking self-development, which is...
What was that day?
She's ready for it.
I want to say
the topic needed a soundtrack. Yeah, because it's a very regular phrase. Yeah. But it's also something that's integral to every human being. I want to believe. I tried to look for a definition, but I couldn't even find one. All I saw was it's a lifelong process.
Yeah, it sure is a very long process. For me personally, I don't know if I'm ever conscious of developing or evaluating my development as I go along. As you were talking about it, I was thinking, when was the last time I actually sat down and said, okay, maybe you can do this better like this, or you can change how, you know, patient you are, or I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
I know that there are lists of things that I would like to do. I would like to read up more about certain things, or explore certain places, or put myself in particular environments, but I haven't sat down and actually done it. And isn't that in some way what resolutions and goals are for?
In a sense, I think you can have conscious and unconscious self-development.
Okay.
I mean, there are the people who will sit down and say, okay, I want to learn how to knit, so I'm going to go and take this class. I want to learn how to play an instrument, so I'm going to take this class, and that's part of it. And there's the unconscious self-development, which just happens, no matter whether you want it to or not, to be honest. Like, the way you start off in the beginning of the year is not the way you're going to, you're going to end.
Yeah.
Something will change, or will, even if it's
Like
not
evolve.
a complete, you'll evolve in some way, for good or for bad. So, for me, I think there are things that I consciously try to develop in myself, and there are things that I just noticed one day,
Oh, I don't do this anymore.
yeah, I don't do
Yeah.
this anymore, or now I do this, and whatever the case may be.
For me, like a marker of me developing is when I'm uncomfortable, because that implies that
You
there's
want to
something
change.
that's off
yeah,
that I have to now confront or acknowledge
or run away
or
from.
run. You know what I mean? So now you become aware of this thing that it just reminds you that you're growing. So like whether you're having a very uncomfortable conversation with someone about maybe an uncomfortable topic, you're growing in the fact that you're learning how to communicate and have that conversation. Or if you're, I don't know, in a place where you don't speak the language that other people are speaking, and it's uncomfortable, you feel like a child, but you're growing in all of that,
Yeah.
That's a very good way to look at it. Like when you're uncomfortable, I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. But I also wonder, because when I said I saw it saying that it's a lifelong process, are there no parts of yourself that you say, okay, I'm done? I mean, I'm not talking of you as a whole. Maybe
Okay.
aspects of
So
you where you
certain
feel like
things
you've
that you
developed. Like,
think-
yeah, this is. Is
Done.
it possible to not completely develop something? Is it impossible?
I don't think it's impossible. I think of work in a sense. So there are some people who know that, okay, I want to be a fireman, and that's the peak of what I want my life to be about. Go to school, you train, and then, you go into the fire and you start saving people. There's nothing else that will fulfill you outside of that, and you're doing it. So maybe in a working aspect, yes, to some extent.
Academically too, I think.
Academically
like
as
if you've done
well.
a PhD in something,
You can't do it
that's you know what I'm saying?
You're
Unless you're
done.
just mad.
Or if it's to have a certain number of kids and then you're done.
mistakes
but
Or what
happen.
about people who actually just decide and they just
Actually, I'm
ignore?
done.
Some people just ignore things that they need to improve on. Like,
Yeah.
this is my weakness, but I'm going to completely ignore that that's my weakness. And it's going to just sit there
Stay
until
there.
it festers into this monster that now
Yeah.
attacks me in my sleep.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. That's true. And I think we do that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going from your points about there being certain things, and I'm just trying to imagine what's in my own life. I feel like I'm
You're done with.
Like I look back, I'm like, yes,
Are you done with
100%. Maybe, but even with school, I mean, I don't know that I achieved the grades I wanted. You know what I mean?
Now you're going to go back and do it again.
Exactly. So I
a
wonder.
no from
I'm
me.
just wondering, are there people who actually look back at something and they're like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, is there anything in your life that you look back and you're like, yeah, 100%?
I think anything that has like an end,
developed,
like a
like-
certificate, like I achieved this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am
but
now
I guess
a
based
driver.
on achievement.
Yes.
I went for my test.
Yes.
I have my license.
And
I can
that's
now
it.
operate a car.
Yeah.
That's an example. Maybe.
Uni
Yeah.
for me, I think
Uni.
getting my degree
Getting it
was
done?
getting that done. But oddly enough, I think in the last 2 years, I've looked back at it and I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
You want to go back? You want
maybe.
to do something else?
maybe not do something else. I wanted to be an entertainment lawyer. That's why I went to study law, and it's something that I still think about. Unlike maybe some of my other talents and desires, like being a singer and stuff, that I've done that. I've packed it. I've
Okay,
developed.
that
I've done with. Yes, that's the one thing that I can say we're good. Take that
Yeah.
off the list.
Yeah. Because I was just thinking about Usain Bolt now. I mean, he's done everything. He's won 3 gold medals in 3 Olympics. Nobody has ever done it. Nobody will probably ever do it in another 100 years. Okay, maybe not push it, but it's unprecedented. But even at that, I know he was disappointed with the 200 meters because he wanted to break the world record.
Right.
And he didn't break the world record. So, you know, he'd just be like, yes, he's achieved what he wanted to win gold. But
it wasn't
you know what I mean?
quite enough.
So I feel like there's always that but somewhere.
Yeah, and you can always learn. Like even if you're done with school, you can always
keep learning.
continue
Keep learning.
in different
I
ways.
guess it
as
really
you
is a
have to.
lifelong process.
Yes, it really is. Don't look so sad about it. Okay, guys, let us know what you think about the topic. Remember to hit us up on Twitter, Facebook. You can send us an email as well. We'll see you after this break.
Hi guys, welcome back to the spot. I hope you're sharing your thoughts with us on Facebook, Twitter, and also via email. We love to hear from you. We still have Falana in the house with us, and we're talking about self-development.
Yes, we are.
What is the one thing that you think needs a fair bit of work in your life? So, why are you laughing?
He doesn't know if he wants to.
I'm about
expose
to just
himself.
say,
I mean, there are a number of
open
things.
an eye and show TV. I'm a flawed human being.
Yes.
There are a number of things that I would like to work on.
Okay.
What's been
And
the hardest to
sometimes
develop?
I'm just like, oh, it's so hard.
It is. trust
What
me.
is the hardest?
What's the hardest? Or what have you been working on that you feel like nothing has
Wow.
changed?
I think my patience is definitely, so although some people would disagree, I think my patience has definitely come a long way. I think it's being maybe a little bit more vulnerable and communicating better. It's odd for somebody who talks for a living. I can be very bad with communicating with people close to home. So I have this thing where I think that you know what I'm thinking from, let's say you're in Bagada and I'm on the island, like you know that I'm thinking about you, you know that.
So you shouldn't be bothered.
So yeah, you shouldn't be worried. But
It just doesn't.
but it is important to communicate and have that closeness sometimes because like everybody needs to feel it but it's a weird thing for me.
Okay.
What's yours?
I would definitely say patience.
Okay.
Welcome to the
It's a long cease.
You seem like a very
Because
You
I'm
seem very-
actively trying to develop myself.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I could describe myself as a go-getter. So I like to, if I want something, I'm going to go get it now.
Right.
Now.
Okay.
But sometimes, life doesn't work like that, and you have to kind of wait, for God's timing, and learning that is very challenging.
Yeah.
You need a lot of patience to learn that.
I even asked, like, how do you learn patience? You learn patience by being patient. I'm like, why does that seem unfair?
Yeah. Right.
There has to be another way.
And I
There
feel
has
like
to be
once you
another-
put it out in the universe that I need to be more patient,
Then
then
it comes at you.
Everything just works.
Everything, yeah. I
to make you
understand.
impatient.
So you have to it's a constant mind game. So I'll check myself. Like,
And
I know,
you have a conversation with yourself
yes, like
and say,
you need to calm down. It's
Yeah.
not that serious. What's
You
the worst
know-
case scenario? What's the
yeah.
and then once you do that, or you just breathe. Or another thing I tried recently is I'll just think about all the things I'm grateful for in that moment.
Okay.
So what it does, it shifts my focus. Because when I'm
Away from-
impatient, I start to get annoyed, and when I get annoyed, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Like any human being.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for the fact that it's not raining right now. Because if it was raining, or little
I'd be wet
small
and
things.
angry.
Yeah.
No, I'm just angry.
So yeah, that's something that I definitely want to work on.
Cool.
Pachu?
I have have quite a number.
careful.
But a number of them I know I'm actively working on. But the one thing I think I haven't seen, let me not say any, but a lot of improvement in general is procrastination. I still tend to push things, and it affects personal life and career a lot, where I'm just like, yeah, tomorrow. And then next tomorrow. And then, so it's something it's sad because I don't know that I've even actively said, okay, now I need to work on stopping that side of things.
Okay, so, but when you're motivated, that the procrastination ceases, right?
Yeah.
So with, let's say, a money or potential job, So have you tried to find or attach some sort of motivation to those things that you currently...
That's why I said I've not even actively tried
Okay.
to work on it. That's why I said it's probably the one thing. Every other thing I've acknowledged and you know, I've acknowledged it, but I don't know that I've ever said, okay, now I need to start working on...
So like maybe you can just get your wife to like hold on to your money, right? And give you 100,000 every time you complete something.
So I have to work.
You have to work for it.
Work for it, yes.
It's hard. Because if money is going to be the motivation, okay, it might help me career-wise, all of my personal life.
All right.
What's then going to be? So I need more than just money to make me...
I think that's that's
Yeah,
definitely
it
a self.
has to be
you need
conscious
to talk to
decision,
yourself and say, okay, this week, maybe that's what you need to do actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
Set
helps.
goals or
say
set
to,
things.
Yeah, say to yourself like,
By
by the
Monday
end of
I'll do
today,
this.
don't even do, or do it by blocks in 6 hours. By the end of, by 3 p.m. today, if you wake up at 9, by 3 p.m. today, I need to have done these 2 things by hook or by crook. Even if it's making a phone call or changing the bulbs or whatever, like, you know, it's one of those
Set a
things you have to
deadline.
force
6 bulbs.
yourself.
Yes, remember.
Because it's not, why do you?
You
You just said changing the bulb.
That's something you need to do.
That's 6 bulbs that I've been saying I'll change for like the last month.
You know, I read this book once that talked about making habits. So the things that you find are hard to do, if you turn it into a habit, it becomes a natural thing. So it almost becomes automatic. So that's another thing maybe you can
What
try.
book is that?
It was the rule of habit, or the law. I'll get the actual title. I'll send it to you. The rules or the laws of habit. It's like a big orange book with a guy in a hamster wheel. But it talks about how like our bodies eventually turn habits into like something physiologically happens.
Yeah.
So that it becomes so automated that you are not
Just
even.
do it. You
just
don't think
happens.
about
Just
it.
do
you
it.
I need that book.
know? So
I'd like to
I'll
read
get the
that.
actual.
Please help me get it. I need it.
Will you read it? You know, I'll read it.
I'll read it next week.
Oh, I love it.
What's yours?
Oh, mine. Patience a little bit. I think I've done well with patience. I have moments where I have no patience, but those are fewer now than they were before. I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
In a minute.
I'm off. But now I can have that conversation. I still have my moments, but I have that conversation. And also communication with certain people. Not with everybody. In general, I think I'm a good communicator, but with certain people with whom communication is an issue, the way we communicate. So that's something that actually I wrote it down. I remember this morning I actually wrote it down. I need to do better with this particular person because we
We're
can't.
not in sync.
Yeah, so that's one.
What sorts of self-development traits or qualities or whatever can you not develop on your own? Like you must need somebody, something to
Everything.
help you with. Everything?
Honestly,
you can always,
everything.
support is so important.
But there's some you can do on your own.
On your own, but you need something.
Someone needs to hold you
An
accountable.
action needs to happen for
Trigger
you to, you know what I mean? Like nothing is, you know, even if you don't need people, like it needs to be something that someone has done that makes you not do or do this thing. You know what I mean? Like if you want to build patience, when someone hits your car, somebody has to hit your car, not really, but someone has to hit your car for you to realize that, okay,
So
you
in
need
a
to dial it back, or,
literal
you know,
sense.
if you get what I'm saying.
Happiness?
Happiness, oh, most definitely. I mean, well, I think it's time for a break. But we'll talk about whether or not, you know, happiness might be something you can develop on your own or with other people, you need other people. We'll see. Let's know what you think. We'll see you after the break.
Welcome back, guys. You're still watching The Spot. If you're just joining us, we've had a very interesting conversation talking about self-development, and Falana is in the house with us, and she's giving us a few, actually, tips and wise words. But before the break, we had talked about happiness and whether it's something you can develop on your own without, maybe not completely without any outside influence, but it's something you can consciously on your own decide to develop. And if there's any other trait, maybe besides happiness.
I think there's a certain level of happiness that one can work on by themselves, or that requires only you.
You just have to be happy.
You have to
You
decide.
have to decide.
You have to
decision.
decide, and you have to find, especially being happy with yourself. I think that we attach happiness to people. So people think that one can't be truly happy unless you have another person.
Okay.
In your life, or a number of people in your life, which I don't necessarily think is a great thing.
No.
Because you tend to just there's a lot of pressure. Like if I'm relying on you to be my everything, my smile in the morning, my joy at night, it's just too much to handle.
I actually think that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because as soon as
Giving
those
somebody
things
your
become
remote control.
removed,
Then what?
what are you left with? So I
Yeah.
think fundamentally, you know, happiness is something that you need to have on your own as you're on your own. You should just be happy, and you should definitely work on it on your own. And then as people come and go, or as circumstances
It
change,
develops,
you know?
it develops, but you're
Yeah.
at the end of the day, fundamentally your base is there.
Yeah.
Because if your circumstance, like I'm only gonna be happy if I have this specific job or I achieve this specific thing, it's like, what if you don't necessarily achieve that the way you envisioned it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say now you're not happy and live unhappy for
I
the
think
rest
what
of
it
your
is
life?
probably happiness depends on all the other traits. Sort of. You being comfortable with your patience and your level of patience, your level of communication. I think, is it
'Cause it's
possible
like
that
it's
if all of
attached.
those ones are at a level where you're okay with, maybe then happiness, is that possible?
I don't know that I agree. I mean, I'm sure that it's possible. I don't know that I necessarily agree though, because I mean, I know that I can remember times where I was deliriously happy, but I wasn't, like in general, like I was happy in, let's say, I don't know, the month of July, I was so happy, but I know that I wasn't happy with, I'm still working on this patience thing, or I'm still having arguments with this particular person, but in general, I'm really happy.
Do you
So it
mean in
didn't
the sense
depend.
that, okay, so if you're working on your patience and you notice that one day maybe you've had a really good day with your patience,
Yeah.
then that makes
Then
you
that
feel,
adds, of course,
yeah,
that adds to the
that's what I'm
happiness.
saying,
Yeah, okay, yeah, in that sense. But I mean, I think I really do think that happiness is a decision, because there are days honestly, if you try it, I promise, it will actually make a difference. If you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, today, I choose to be happy, it actually does something in your head. Like it does something to you. Like, so something will happen, you'll be like, you know what, I already said I'm gonna be happy today. You piss me off for like 3 seconds, but I'm not gonna let it hold me for the rest of the day. So like it makes a difference, And if you do it regularly, it's that thing, right? It
habit.
becomes a habit. So, that's one thing I think that I've learned
I
over
agree.
time. Yeah.
I feel like personal life is always harder though, with self-development. With career, I think you set more goals when it's career based. So like we said earlier, you want to learn an instrument,
Yeah.
or you're an engineer, you need to be able to construct something by this time, and you learn that, and you feel like, I've developed my skill or my whatever in that aspect, as against traits. Because traits almost affects everything, your career and your personal life. If you are not patient, it will reflect at work, it will reflect at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but with career, it's probably more goals based. So are they even the same thing? Developing yourself and
Oh, I think definitely.
Are they the same thing?
I think so. I think, I just think it's the same thing. If I have a goal
'Cause it's still your person.
in my personal life,
Yeah.
that to me is just as important as my career.
Yeah.
Because if my personal life is off, my career will automatically be off. So for me,
Right.
they're almost,
Yeah.
they're equally as important.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I don't know,
Are
but
you
I see the
where you-
personal. I think with
She's
personal,
reflecting.
I'm evaluating my life.
with personal, I think maybe the way it affects you might be different. If I don't get that promotion, I'm hurt and whatever. But I know that maybe I just need to work a little harder. With personal, let's say it's a breakup or a really bad argument with a breakup with a partner, or a bad argument with or a family member, or where you guys cut ties or whatever. That's something that's harder to fix or to
move on
or
from.
to move on from, because it's now like, okay, I can't do make more sales, make this much money, and then you automatically get a promotion. Like that's not something that you can easily figure out how to fix and then make into a better situation. So that might destabilize you a little bit more than a career goal.
Maybe because it's also dependent on somebody else as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the whole making sure that your happiness is internal
Yeah.
first, because you can't necessarily depend on it outside.
Are you internally happy right now?
Internally.
I don't understand.
Like where?
Where are we going
My
here?
liver,
Whoa. This is
in
not
my
a
stomach.
straight section.
Are we feeling good right now? I feel like there's
I feel like I'm happy to be with you guys. I feel good.
I'm
Right
happy you're
now?
here.
right now.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but generally there will always be, at least for me, I think it goes back to what you said about there will always be things you're not happy with.
Right.
So you're not necessarily completely happy. There
Right.
will always be things that you feel like, oh, I should have done this better. Oh, I'm still going to do this. You know, you have things that you haven't really done yet, or things you should have done. So it's only human to look back and look forward, and those things sort of, you know, add into the mix of your momentary happiness.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yes. Okay, we're going to go on another break. When we come back, we're rounding up the topic, and we might play a game. We might. So please stay with
I
us.
mightn't.
Hello, and welcome back to the spot. It's time now for us to play a game.
Yes. As you can see, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Yes.
All right, so we're playing
We
charades.
should play charades.
All right.
Whose team do you want to be on, Falana?
I want to be on your
Oh, good choice. Okay. So the way we play is a little.
This is how you lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
team. I
deep.
have faith. Don't worry.
I thought you made great choices in life.
She clearly does. Okay.
Actually, you should
Okay, yeah,
be opposite your.
Okay. So how much
Are we
time
using
are we
this, or are we using
No,
the
we're
timer?
gonna do the
We'll-
timer.
we'll use the
Let's do
timer.
the timer. 'Cause
So how many seconds?
20.
20.
20.
All right.
Always makes me anxious.
Where's the dice? Roll the dice while we're waiting for time.
Fine.
We don't have time. We don't have choice.
3.
Literature. So you can see.
Hate when I have to do books.
Guess what slippers is on.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Are you stretching? Are you stretching for?
Are you ready?
This is terrible.
Okay. Uh-oh.
You can
I
do it.
start?
Come
Can
on.
we
This one is
switch?
easy.
Can I? Do you want me? Okay.
No.
No.
No,
You
do
can do
it.
All right, and go.
3 words. First word. Bow. Crown. King. Princess. Third word.
7, 6,
Devil.
5,
Devil. Devil. The
3.
third word.
2, 1.
You should have done this after you.
Angels and demons.
Demons.
When you did this and she said princess, you should have done. I told you you made you
I
make
get
wrong
it.
choices.
The other option was all quiet on the Western Front. I was like, I ain't trying that. Like,
Angels and
Oh,
demons.
okay.
I
See how
get
happy
it.
Zainab is? I've never seen anybody like you. Man.
20 seconds,
If you
right?
went to the Olympics, there you'd be shaking your open. You just carry second. You just be
5. Opponent's choice. See what happens when you do
fine.
that? Rejoice.
It's fine.
Pick a card. Pick a card. I'm ready to pick.
It's alright. We got this.
It's upside down. It's upside down. I already know what I'm telling you to
This
do.
girl is wicked.
Oh, how about, I'm going to be nice. How about,
Don't be nice.
no, just do this. No.
Oh
No,
my
do
gosh.
this one. No.
Lamide,
do this
we're
one.
running out of
Do
time.
this one, this one, this one.
Okay.
And go.
What is it? TV. 2 words. Second word. Cut. Die. Shoot. Shooting. Okay. Shot. Dead. Death. Dying.
4.
Die
3,
hard.
2,
Killing. Kill
1.
Bill. No. Killed.
See how
Murder.
Diagnosis murder.
Diagnosis murder.
That was the name of the TV show.
You are wicked.
How? I could have given
Come
you
on,
Harry
roll the
Potter
dice.
and the Goblet of Fire.
Did you want that?
6. Yay, your choice. So
Okay.
just pick the easiest thing.
Tell me which one
You
you're
have
doing.
to tell her what. So you can check either side. And you pick whatever you want on the other side. Cover the back of the card so that they don't say I saw it.
Okay. Are you ready? And go.
It's a song. How many words? 1 word. Oh, Michael Jackson. Thriller.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good.
So we have to attach it.
Oh gosh. I like the
I love this. She was like,
like.
I can't even do it. This card is too tight. Okay. Unit
2.
2, which is television.
Zainab.
Oh man. That one.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not at all.
Should we be nice? No, let's not.
Okay.
We'll let you pick another card. Go.
3 words. First word, kill. Die, death, shooting. Shooter, gun, death, murder.
5,
Mother in the.
4, 3, 2, 1. Come on,
She wrote.
I would have thought of that as a song, actually.
Oh, that was a good one.
No, you really tried.
Ah,
Well
well,
done,
there
well
you really
done.
I'm
tried.
proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
And he told me I picked the wrong.
Partner.
Thriller.
And look at that.
Even my nephew at home knew it was true.
Don't eat. Okay. One, film. Who's timing? Okay. Pick a card, any card.
Pick chord, any chord.
Oh, okay. I'll do this one. Okay.
And go.
Okay.
2 words. Second word. Dance. Partner, dance, long. First word. Dust, clean, disgust.
5, 4, 3,
Two.
1.
Dirty dancing. You see what I was going for? You see what I was going for? Well, this is too tight. Otherwise, I would have done I've had the time of your life, though.
Yeah.
I would have done that, but.
Time for us to go.
All right, guys, it is time for us to go. We do have our winners. Thank you for coming.
No, we don't.
Yes, we
Well,
do.
no, well,
They
for
played
now.
one more
We'll
game.
see you guys another time.
Losers always like to be that way. Please sign our wall. Yeah, chalk is on the thing right there.
What is what you must?
Yeah, go. One.
What
film.
is it?
Start.
It's a film.
2, 3
Well, that's
words.
easy.
Third word. Singing,
How did you choose the other
dancing, song, performing, music.
one? You have 10 seconds.
Okay. First word.
7,
The Sound of Music.
5, 4, 3, 2,
No.
1. High School Musical.
Leave this place.
Let's take a selfie. Let me get my phone.
You are very confident.
Why did you just pick the helm?
How is this sound?
That could be the sky. It could be the plane.
This
it's
guy
just
you're
random.
busy.
Okay, guys.
I'm gonna come and stand here.
Yeah, take off the-